as you can see, the Scourge getting picked off. One Mulus going down, a second Mulus being damaged. Just, it's not going to be enough though. And now Yellow has a lot of, you can see it on Kwanro's face. Yellow has a lot of options open. He can just continue with the Mutalisks. He can produce Scourge alongside, just wipe this out. Now Kwanro just trying to do as much damage as he can, maybe take an Overlord down. You can see the sense of defeat on his face. And now, yeah, some Scourge being produced, and he still ends up losing an Mulus right there. Another Mulus pushing up alongside though. That was a good ambush there by Kwanro. Bring those two Scourge alongside to try to push in that attack, and did manage to take out additional Mutalisks. And it looks like he's bringing more Scourge in. That was a nice surprise. Somehow Kwanro ended up ahead with Mutalisks. That was unbelievable. That was an excellent ambush attack right there. So Yellow showing signs of weakness here, and Kwanro is not completely out of this. That is a bit unbelievable. I expected him basically to GG as soon as those Zerglings went into his drone line. Another Scourge pushing in. Now Kwanro has 3 Mutalisks over Yellow's base, even though Yellow is economically ahead. It looks like Yellow's trying to put down another hatchery, but it looks like no, it's just one. I'm sorry, that was only 2 Mutalisks. So now it's a 1-on-3 inside. Kwanro with just the 3 drones mining. He cannot sustain this though. I still have to give this to Yellow. That was there were kind of hints of hope there. I just don't see it happening. And actually, it looks like that was an evolution chamber put down by Yellow. So it looks like, interestingly enough, Yellow might be going for +1 weapons or something along the side, or maybe put something in the back of his base to defend his drone lines. I'm surprised by that. More Scourge pouring up from Kwanro. Kwanro putting down another creep colony. Maybe he does not have a evolution chamber though to morph into a spore colony. Obviously, I'm surprised that it's still happening here. That this game is not completely over. And now the Scourge driving off the Mules. So now Kwanro pulling down after those Mules have been driven off. So he's going to be able to inflict a little bit of economic damage here. He's going to be able to at least take out a couple of drones, and once again trying to chase those drones, those Mutalisks off. Having trouble listing the units all of a sudden, and just bringing up Scourge to try to deal with it. Now Kwanro trapped between a rock and a hard place between that Mutalisk force and some Scourge of his own. And I think that's going to be it for Kwanro. Once he loses these 2 Mutalisks, he's going to have to GG. That was the last hurrah. Bringing up some more Scourge actually, and it looks like somehow he managed to win this fight. Once again, Kwanro is so insane when it comes to micromanagement. He still managed to keep those 2 Mutalisks up despite all the rest of this. And now he's inflicting more damage on Yellow's. Wow, inflicting more damage on Yellow. This is an incredible match. He's essentially stopped Yellow's economy. Even though he went for that early second hatchery, which was really unadvisable, even though he was behind economically this entire time, his micromanagement looks like it just might save him. He just has, wow, some beautiful Scourge dodging right there. And so he's going to run off right here, and let's see, it looks like he does manage to save that last Scourge, but he's managed to inflict counter damage to Yellow, and he's right back in this game unbelievably. And Scourge going into Scourge right there, and it looks like, as you can see, just attacks out in the field, and he manages to take out an additional Mutalisk right there with some brilliant with a Scourge chasing. And it looks like he just finally loses his Mutalisk right there, but Scourge on Scourge action additionally out in the field here. But in the meantime, there's only 2 drones down on the line now for Yellow. This is anyone's game. I think still I have to say there's probably some resources in the pool for Yellow, so he's not all that hurt. But the more this game goes on, the more it's going to be in Kwanro's favor. Both players have to get some drones back up just so they can start producing units again. And as you can see, the Scourge just kind of hanging out overhead, trying to draw, yeah, just going to suicide into one another. And now another Scourge being produced down below, both for scouting and also take any Mutalisks that might pop up here. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I cannot believe that Kwanro is not dead at this point. Some beautiful micromanagement, some beautiful Scourge dodging, etc. Now it's just Scourge on Scourge above each other's base here, and more Scourge being produced alongside. It looks like they're just going to deny the air while they try to get their economies running again. But wow, I have to say that I think Yellow's in a little bit better position. He still has that Sunken Colony down on his lines. He does have that Evolution Chamber up. And I take it back, Kwanro, I didn't realize he got another Sunken Colony up in his back lines. And both players just attacking Scourge into Scourge, and neither player really getting an advantage at this point. I'm still waiting for additional Mules to be produced and to see what will happen in this game, but it's almost kind of like a reset at this point. Both players, and it's kind of like a gamble, is who's going to produce what when, who's going to produce the Scourge. Both players, I think, are just trying to aim to get the Scourge, that scout, out of their base, so they can then turn around and continue to produce Mutalisks in the dark and basically do things that way. And this is kind of an interesting battle, and you can see Onlooker just absolutely stunned at the... And now we see 3 Mules being produced by Kwanro. We'll see if Yellow can now turn and produce some Mutalisks of his own to fend this off. Unfortunately, one of those Mutalisks had to eat the damage from that Scourge, and now 2 more Scourge out in the field for Yellow, and additional Scourge going to push up to try to do... And this again, and now a second creep colony going down. obviously for Spore, and we'll see if Kwanro can actually, wow, is going to manage to sneak in. He's going to be able to do some damage here. And keep in mind, though, there's a lot of gas that has been harvested from Yellow here, and it looks like he ate a little bit of damage there. He's going to be able to pick off the rest of these Scourge here, though, in the meantime, in this open air fight. But it looks like Kwanro just lost the Mutos there, but took down both Scourges as a result. Yellow in a lot of trouble here, and I think we're seeing a lot of the effects of the prior match, and Kwanro continuing to harass right there, again picking off those, and this is what I talk about, is micromanagement at this level is just so incredible, and just trying to pick off cut. Wow, Yellow GG's, unbelievable, incredible comeback from Kwanro, just using his micromanagement to just push through, and this has just been a horrible day for Yellow. You gotta feel horrible for that man. First of all, just having such a fantastic match against Flash and not able to just pull it out, and getting ahead on Kwanro and not being able to clear it out there either. Ouch! Unbelievable. But Kwanro's going to advance to the final match. He's going to be facing Shuttle there, and unbelievable. Poor Yellow. Congratulations to Kwanro for not being eliminated. Definitely, out of the two players, I have to say that was my preference, but that was just an incredible comeback from Kwanro. You rarely see that in Zerg versus Zerg.